Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday here with me, Eli. So today's topic is intersections. What intersections do we have that we feel intersect with our trans identities? And so I'm going to talk about a couple of mine. The biggest one I feel that's kind of heavily tied with being trans and that affects my experience the most would be being a person of color. I am mixed race, half black, half white. And I think being trans or queer has a really a heavy embeddedness with race. It kind of affects the way you are treated, the way you are seen, the way you process things, and just like cultural levels, you know? Different cultures treat different identities in certain ways, and particularly in like the black community and things like that, at least my experience there is not that much acceptance, ironically, of like people who are queer, people who are trans, things like that. And so that has really shaped at least my childhood and how I grew up and how I was forced to kind of concede the things I was being told with the things I felt, and how I obviously knew like gay people and queer people and trans people weren't like very bad or anything like that, but I was being told that, so I had to combat that a lot. But that's not only in black communities. Obviously, it's in every community. There's shitty parts, but that's something that was big there. Also, contending with racism and homophobia slash transphobia, like all in one, is a weird beast to tackle, because somebody who is coming for you or whatever, like, I don't know, it's like triple jeopardy, being like queer, trans, and then like brown skin, you know? I do have like light skin privilege and stuff like that, but it's a weird like stream to navigate, definitely for sure. Something else, I guess, would be a second one would be being queer and trans, having those intersect. A lot of people think that if you're trans, you can't also be queer. A lot of ignorant people, but that somehow, like, if you're trans and you're transitioning, you were assigned like female at birth, and now you identify as a guy, that somehow you can only like girls, and like if you're trans, that's to become straight for somehow, and like why would you transition if you're just gonna date people who of more than one gender, or more than just like the gender you were assigned at birth, things like that. For me, I identify as pansexual, but not panromantic, meaning I sexually attracted to anybody. Romantically, it tends to just be non-binary or trans people, and then girls, people identify as female and whatnot. But it's basically just not cis dudes, but maybe one day, who knows? That just has never happened. But I actually like the intersections of transness and queerness. I feel that once you like combine the two, you can find such community, and you can find really similarities in anything. I think being somebody who has such like an intersectional identity, I am able to relate more to a lot of things. I have a lot of empathy for sure, just personality-wise, but I can also find a little bit of myself in anybody, and I think that makes it a little bit easier, a little bit less lonely, even though it can be very lonely, thinking of like just the amount of things people pick apart for me sometimes. It's just like spin a wheel with what kind of shitty comment I'm gonna get that day, but for the most part, I found like my communities and my safe places and all of my friends, and that has really helped me just celebrate all of my intersections and know that it's a beautiful thing, and that we all should be celebrated. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I'm 2 weeks away from being done with classes, so I'm a little bit frazzled getting things done for graduation. So sorry if this was a little rambly, but I hope it helped, and I hope you have a great day. Oh, God damn it. It's a video.